Basically, what we're going to do for the entire month is send you each week 3 different techniques to try. And what's different between this round and the first round is that we are going to be emailing you a link each time with the video. We will still have the private Facebook group, but for anybody who finds that to be distracting, like once you go onto Facebook, it's just going down the rabbit hole, and that's the last thing that you want when you're trying to, disconnect or connect deeper to yourself. What's really nice is that you don't have to go onto Facebook if you don't want to in order to get those techniques. And so we will be emailing you directly with the email address you've given us, so that you can follow the link directly from that email. And so if you want to participate in the private Facebook group, it's a really great way to offer suggestions to one another, support, because you might be feeling like, I really didn't like that, or is this how it was supposed to feel, or it didn't really do anything for me. And you might find that you're not alone, and typically you're not. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, you're not. But the other thing is, too, if you haven't yet signed up for Mindful Moments and you're here, and I'm so excited because that means you're getting yourself outside of your comfort zone. And this whole month is dedicated to that, because we find ourselves in situations in life where we're going, getting the to-do list done, getting the things done, going from here to there everywhere. And what we're finding is that we're just not doing enough for ourselves. And sometimes it's difficult, right, to either make the hair appointment, make the doctor's appointment. I struggle with that. The doctor's appointments never get made until literally I'm falling apart, right? And so all the things for ourselves we put off. But this, just like exercise, right, is a non-negotiable. This time for yourself is a non-negotiable as well. And so what Shari and I are going to do is create just 5-minute videos. These techniques can be done for a shorter period of time or a longer period of time. But 5 minutes seems to be a place where it's not so unreachable for people. And you can shut us off at any time. What we'll include with the emails are information about that technique, and maybe also a little bit of information about how it's helped us in our practice as well. You'll have a combination of both breathing techniques and meditation, some that will also be used together. You do not have to go day by day either. If you missed, one of the days and you come in, the 3rd day that week, it's not a problem. You can totally just jump back in and mix and match as you like. Shari and I have also included a calendar and a journal PDF. So if you want to print something out to be able to write down some of your experiences through the techniques, or what you liked and what you didn't like, or hey, I think that this technique would be really good in these situations. So when you find yourself in that actual situation, you've got something to go to, and you don't have to say, oh my gosh, what was that thing? You're frantic, and now you're trying to remember that technique that you wanted to remember. To use in this situation. So much information is going to be coming to you, but hopefully in a way that you can receive it. And the number one thing is this: there is not any set goal for this. The goal is for you to just show up in whatever capacity you can in your life. And so even if right now your house is chaotic or your mind is chaotic, you're here. And you're going to be learning, and you'll adapt over time, just like anything else. And so I invite you right now to find your comfortable position, whether that is seated or standing, or you can lie down. However, if you're lying down and sleep begins to come, I need you to come back up to be seated, because you want to be aware during this entire time. And so take your hands underneath of your glutes, lift them up, and so that way you can root down, because that rooted posture helps us to feel grounded and supported. And I don't know anybody who doesn't need a little bit more support in their lives, right? Even if you are wonderfully supported, you can always have more. That's one thing that we can never have enough of. And so finding that position where maybe even you take a flex to the ankles, press down through the feet, and drop through the spine, you feel this length so that the breath can flow. And today what we're going to do is a breathing technique that I'll actually bring in a little bit of meditation to at the end if you want to do that, and it's totally up to you. With your hands, what do you do with your hands? You can either take your hands palms down or palms up. Some people will hold at the belly. Some people will take them to their heart, or at the heart center, what we call in prayer pose, even if you're not praying. So it's really up to you. You can also be grounded. If what you really need is grounding, take your fingers to the ground and feel that ground beneath of you. And then the shoulders are up and back. The belly is pulling back just a little bit, and the crown of the head is lifted. You can sit up against a wall if you need that support too. That's totally fine. And my friends, with meditation and breathing, you can either have your eyes opened or closed. For me, eyes closed is easier. It keeps the distractions at bay and allows me to come inside a little bit more. But if that's more distracting for you, then keep your eyes open and just focus on something that's not moving, something that's not changing. And so from here, we just begin by bringing our awareness to right now. You might have just come from a workout. I may have just given you a lot of information that now your brain is kind of racing. I'm still not sure if this is for me. I don't know. There could be doubts, anxieties, fears, so much stuff. And while all of that is important, we are not doing anything with it right now. Your sole job right now is to bring your attention to you, right here in your space. And what are you supposed to notice? You might be asking yourself that. You might be asking me that silently, right? I just want you to notice yourself here on the mat, or here on the ground, or here in your car, wherever it is that you are, and just begin to take in the sensations. Perhaps the temperature of the air, the sounds. Perhaps you begin to notice just your body right here on the mat, and what does that feel like? What about the sensation of the air that's touching your skin that's not clothed? Perhaps you begin to notice your breath. And while you take all of this information in, you may notice that still those doubts are lingering. Maybe the to-do list is coming in. Perhaps there's just this sound that won't stop, whether that's outside in your environment or inside your head. And so how we deal with this, how we keep our attention inward towards ourselves, is by tuning to that breath. And it's called breath awareness, where simply we are just focusing on noticing the inhale and the exhale. Some of you might notice, I haven't even thought about my breath all day. Some of you might notice if you just came from Tabata, that wow, my heart rate is still racing. Or, oh, okay, it settled down a little bit. This breath is called our life force energy, which makes sense because we cannot survive without it. And so maybe you're noticing the temperature of the breath. Perhaps you're noticing the length. Are you inhaling through the nose or the mouth? And how is that breath leaving you? How does it feel to be breathing today? And while the thoughts come in from the outside, and they always will, for a long time, you don't have to do anything with them. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to think about anything. Just let the thoughts be and bring the attention back here every time, without judgment, of course. Now, my friends, for these last few minutes, you're welcome to stay right here. If you found your place where, wow, I'm focusing and the breath is awesome, stay right there. If you wanted to take this a step further, notice your response to this word, blessings. There's so much happening in this world, in our lives, indirectly to us, in the lives of others. So much, good and bad, but often we focus on the bad so much. And so today, my friends, we are going to flip the script. So what happened when I said that word blessings? What did you feel? What did you hear? Maybe what did you see, even if your eyes were closed? What happened? And my friends, even if you're going through a challenge right now, Even if today was tough, even if you're not at your best or something terrible happened, what are the blessings? What are the blessings? I know you have them. Call them up. Open the door. You might even see yourself at a door. I encourage you to feel empowered, grounding down through whatever surface it is that you are meeting the ground with, and sit up, stand up nice and tall, and open the door. Open the door to the awareness for this breath, this imperfect body that is perfect for you. Your imperfect family, your imperfect traits, your imperfect job, your imperfect home, your imperfect car, all the things that you are so blessed to have, to be, to enjoy. What are they? Let them come flooding in. And notice as they're coming in, what's happening. Perhaps you're trying to hold on to each thought. Perhaps a smile has crossed your face. Perhaps there's just this ease now in the breath, in your posture. And perhaps you say a note of thanks to yourself, to your friends and family, to the universe for these blessings. And this, my friends, this awareness of yourself, this awareness of the moment, this awareness of your blessings, that is your greatest tool, no matter what's happening in life. You have the ability to call on those blessings and allow there to be a little bit of softness in those rough edges of the day. Just a few more moments here, allowing those blessings to settle on you, settle on your skin, settle in your heart and all the crevices through your body, to settle in your mind, and maybe make that shift happen where now there's a different outlook. And you may shift back to the negativity, you may shift back to the worry, but then come back to this place of those blessings. With that intention, my friends, I invite you to take your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment to let all of this sink in. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn your gaze down towards your hands. Release your hands to your lap and flicker your eyelids open. And then bring the head to center. Wonderful job. You did it. First meditation, or first of many. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you logged in for this today.